Hello everyone, welcome to back my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. At Society, Audra tells Nate how glad she is that he's back from Boston. He's missed her too and couldn't stay away any longer. Nate gives her an update on Amy's cancer treatment. So far, it is going well, and they are all feeling optimistic. Damien wanted to stay with his mom, but she insisted she was fine, so he returned to Genoa City with him. Nate asks Audra what she's been doing and assumes she's been busy getting Vibrant off the ground. She brags about the great team she is pulling together from her old days and all her ideas for products and marketing concepts. Nate is sure Victor is impressed with Audra's plans and must be shelling out big bucks for this startup. When she admits the funding has not been forthcoming, Nate has to wonder why. They start arguing about how they can't trust Victor, and Nate reminds her they have every reason to suspect next-level deception. Audra tells him to drop it. She changes the subject to them, rather than wasting more time talking about Victor. Nate fills Audra in on how he and Damien got along in Boston. There was a lot of downtime, so they had enlightening conversations, and he saw a new side of his brother. It wasn't all good. Parts of him are still confused and sad. His grief drove him to build walls around his heart. He and Amy have been chipping away at them. Audra has seen that they are good demolition experts and she's sure he won't give up. Nate says he has seen the more vulnerable side of Damien, and it's only made him want to get to know him better. It feels like they could get close. When he asks if Audra wants dessert, she suggests they skip it because she has something sweeter in mind. As he pays the pill, she checks her phone and notices 2 calls from Victor. They stand up and he repeats that he's missed her before giving her a kiss. Kyle's actions set off Claire. Claire arrives at the Abbott manse and updates Kyle on her father's condition. They are still waiting on results from his tests, but they hope he just has a bug. Kyle fills her in on how upset Harrison has been since Summer had to take off to Italy on business. He admits that he told his ex about their plan to move in together. She was kinda cool about it. This surprises Claire since they agreed to wait to tell Harrison about it, but she hopes this means Summer is finally accepting them being together. Whipping out his phone, Kyle shows her a real estate listing and says it could be their new home. Claire's startled that he's already looking for places for them. Kyle says he just checked out the listing for Adam's old place and was struck by how it has everything they could need, like a gym, pool, and located right across from the park. When he urges her to ask her uncle for a deal, Claire stands up and points out that he involved her more when he was looking for a place without her. Kyle apologizes for jumping ahead a few steps. He didn't realize how slow she wanted to move. Claire wants them to do things right and not rush. Kyle suggests that they buy Adam's place and get him on their side to help soften up Victor. They go over the pros and cons of the location. Claire decides they should see Adam's place and offers to set something up with her uncle. They giggle and hug. If this all works out the way Kyle hopes, they could be living together within the month. Claire thinks that's pretty darn amazing. They kiss. Damien opens up to Lily. Running into Lily at Crimson Lights, Damien updates her on Amy's treatment. She's glad to hear it's going well. They sit, as he wants to apologize. He admits that he has been rather aggressive and overly defensive with her. That's not usually how he is. He was angry about all that had been thrown at him and couldn't see other people's perspectives. When he was in Boston, he had time to reflect. He and his brother also had lots of time to have deep talks and let down some of their defenses. Talking to Nate helped him get out of his head and see how others see him. He realized that he's encroached on the life of her family and is sorry for that. She accepts the apology and is happy he's bonding with Nate. Damien senses she still doesn't totally trust him, so she reminds him she wants to know what his boss Dumas is up to. Why is he interested in her company and family? What's the agenda? Damien admits that prying into his boss's interests is tricky for him. Dumas is a powerful man and his fate is in his hands. Lily asks him to set up a meeting for her with Dumas. That gives Damien a laugh. He explains his boss chooses who he wants to meet with, not the other way around. It's hard for Damien to say no to her, so he will try, though he urges her not to get her hopes up. In exchange, he asks her to have a drink with him in the jazz lounge dedicated to her father. He wants to learn about the man who won so much love and respect in the city. Lily tells Damien about Neil. Lily and Damien sit in the jazz lounge at the bar. She points out the portrait of her father on the wall and admits that she can still hear his voice. Damien often hears his father's laugh when he thinks of him. That man loved to laugh and it was infectious. He knows she lost her father suddenly too, she and Devon share that with him. They discuss how that kind of pain stays forever. Damien says the grief made him stronger and she says it has made her the woman she is today. They toast to Neil. Damien admits that he built a wall around himself after losing his father. That's where his strength is. She thinks the real strength is letting the wall down and letting people in, one person at a time. She urges him to start with his mom and Nate. A guy like me could always use more friends, he admits. Phyllis rains on Sally and Billy's celebration. Billy and Sally sit at a table in the athletic club with glasses of champagne. He double-checks that she is okay with walking away from fashion. Sally admits fashion is her passion, but she's not totally walking away, she has loads of ideas for how their platform can address fashion. They chat about how hard it was to push Phyllis out of the company and then raise their glasses to toast to themselves. Phyllis drifts in just in time to spot this and grabs their bottle, accusing them of having no remorse about ousting her. She assumes Sally is over the moon to see her gone. Sally says they know she had good intentions for Abbott Communications and would not celebrate taking that from her. I'm not going away easily, Phyllis warns them. Flopping down in a chair, she pours herself some champagne and starts arguing with Billy. She's still determined to help build the company, but he says she can't come back. Phyllis argues that he needs her and he explains he's found someone to help him while she takes time to heal. She glares as he explains that Sally is taking her spot. Phyllis accuses Sally of driving Summer out of the city. Sally explains that she left her job and turned down Chelsea's as Billy's offer was too good to pass up. Phyllis accuses them of having this planned and assumes Sally plotted to take her place. Billy tells Phyllis he's only been trying to be her friend and hopes she will see that one day. Groaning, Phyllis says this is a pattern with him. She brings up what he did to Lily and warns Sally that no matter how charming and sweet Billy can be, he'll still pull the rug out from under you. She's sure the same fate awaits Sally. Pouring herself another drink, Phyllis toasts to getting the last laugh. That's it, no more, Billy says. He tells her to get help and reminds Phyllis of how many ultimatums he gave her and how she never listened. Phyllis warns, "You're going to be sorry you did this to me," before walking out. Billy tries to get back to celebrating, but Sally's no longer in the mood. She worries that Phyllis' threat was real. Phyllis goes to Crimson Lights and orders a double shot of espresso before sitting in a booth. Well, this isn't over, not by a long shot, she grumbles to herself. Thanks for watching this video and please subscribe our Update World 24 YouTube channel for more update news.